and how do you think about where this is headed?
Sure. Well, I mean, let's just clarify here. SpaceX has no, SpaceX and Starlink have no to China whatsoever. They're not allowed. SpaceX doesn't launch China satellites, and Starlink is banned in China. So, to be clear, SpaceX, Starlink, zero business in China. In the case of Tesla, one of our four vehicle factories, one is in China. So, it's a significant car market, but it is, what I'm trying to say is by far the bulk of my business interests, if I were purely mercantile, which I aspire not to be, are outside of China. Let's just be clear about that. Then, with respect to, now that said, I think I understand China well. I've been there many times. I've met with the senior leadership at many levels of China for many years. And so I think I've got a pretty good understanding, at least as an outsider of China. So, and Tesla has been very successful domestically in China. So, the fundamental thing here is really Taiwan. China has, well, really since for like half a century or so, maybe longer at this point, their policy has been to sort of reunite Taiwan with China. From this standpoint, maybe it's analogous to like Hawaii or something like that, like an integral part of China that is arbitrarily not part of China. Mostly because of the U.S. Has stopped, the U.S. Pacific Fleet has stopped any sort of reunification effort force. So now, really, things getting to the point increasingly year over year, where China's military strength is increasing, and ours is more or less static. And strategically, you can imagine trying to defend Taiwan is not easy because it's very close to the coast of China. So there will come a point, probably not too distant future, where China's military strength in that region far exceeds U.S. military strength in that region. And if one is to take China's policy literally, and probably one should, then there will be some forceful be used for, to incorporate Taiwan into China. This is what they've said, that if there's not a diplomatic solution, there will be a solution by force.
Let me, if I can.
And so, really, what's going on here, and you've seen, this in many areas, and I think this tempo is going to increase, is that, both China and the U.S. are preparing for a potential showdown, in the South China Sea. So that's why you're seeing increasing restrictions on export of U.S. technology to China, such as the NVIDIA's, the NVIDIA H100 is being banned. You can not ship it to China. And I think there'll be more and more. You also not ship advanced chip making equipment to China. And I expect China's going to respond with some reciprocal sanctions, and I think you'll see this kind of a tit for tat reciprocal sanctions increasing in the next few years. So I think quite a very hot temperature, and then we'll see is there going to be a diplomatic solution to reunification or a non-diplomatic solution.
You